Hey everyone, I'm Olivia Flanigan, your gender-affirming voice teacher, and today I'm going to talk about pitch. Pitch may be important to you during your voice transition, so today I'm going to explain what it is, how we measure it, and how to make sure that you're matching and maintaining the pitch that you want. Pitch is the degree of highness or lowness of a tone. You can think about the difference between the notes of a violin and of a bass. Our vocal pitch is created when the column of air from our lungs passes up through our vocal folds and causes them to vibrate. We measure pitch in hertz, which represents the number of cycles or the number of times that our vocal folds collide and come apart each second. So when we say a tone is 220 hertz, that means that our vocal folds are vibrating 220 times per second to maintain it. We also measure pitch in musical note names. The musical alphabet goes from A to G, then repeats. A to G, repeats. A to G. It goes on like that. One of those sections is called an octave. So we have many octaves going up the keyboard. We also label those octaves with numbers. So the lowest one is going to be 1, starting at C1, jumping up to the next C, C2, C3, etc. Musical note names can also be described in hertz. So for instance, an A2 is 110 hertz, and A3 is 220 hertz. So whatever the number of hertz is for the note you're on, if you double that, you're going to get to that same note name 1 octave higher. So for me, thinking about pitch in musical note names is easiest, but you can think about pitch however it makes sense for you. To get started, I'm going to help you find your habitual speaking range. This is quite simply the range in your voice where you typically speak. This is great information to have so that you know where you're starting from and that you're able to track your progress from there. So today I'm going to be using a pitch app. I'm going to be using a free one called Voice Tools. And you can use any pitch app that you've got, no problem. If you are using Voice Tools, I am on the tone page. At the bottom are all these note names that I can press and make a sound. And at the top is my tuner, where this is giving me real-time information of what pitches I'm speaking on. So you have the hertz up above and the note names, musical note names down below. So the exercise we're going to do today is simply saying the phrase, I like pie. And when we say pie, we're going to hold it out so that the tuner has a little time to recognize what pitch you're on. So what's really important with this is that you find kind of like where you normally speak, because we can say phrases in a lot of different ways. I like pie. My pitch is up. I like pie. So find somewhere in the middle, I like pie, where you normally speak. So it'll sound like, I like pie. Okay, so you might see that your hertz are moving around a little bit. You might see the note names moving around. That's okay. You can kind of get a sense of generally where you are. So try that a couple different times to see if it's similar in the same place. And then you've got your habitual speaking range. Okay, so next we're going to use our Voice Tools app to practice matching pitch. So let's just take your habitual speaking range note. So mine was A3, so I'm going to use that note. And what I'm going to do is just practice matching it. So I'm just going to hold the tone down so it continues and sing one, one, just to get that in your ear. When you feel comfortable with that, you can play the note and then take it off and then sing your note. So it'll be like this. One. So I can check in with my tuner here to make sure that I'm singing the right pitch. One thing that's really helpful when you're trying to learn how to match pitch is to play the note, sing the note in your ear, in your head, before you try and sing the note. One. Because something that I see a lot is kind of sliding into the note from down below, because you're not really prepared in your ear and you're trying to slide up and try and find the note. So that might sound something like this. One. One. So you can think about singing that note in your head and trying to sing right in the center of the pitch rather than coming at the pitch from down below. One. And double check there on your tuning app. So with this, you can then start moving that pitch around. You can go up, you can go down, just to test yourself. So the same thing. One. 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 Next thing, if you feel comfortable with that, you can start jumping around with those notes. So you could start low. One. 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 Just to kind of challenge yourself. So if you're feeling comfortable with all that and you want a little bit more of a challenge, what you can do is do one, two, three, all the way up to 10. So what's challenging here is you can play the note one time. One, two, three, four, etc. So it gets a little bit more challenging the longer it's been since you've heard the note. So that's another great way. So you can also think pitch is also very connected to your breath. So if you're feeling like you're not able to really match those pitches, it's not working for you, think about your posture. Think about sitting up tall, taking nice slow breaths, and really supporting your air through the phrase that you're singing. I hope this helped you understand a little bit more about pitch and helped you get started with your pitch practice. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.